Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host, Sean Gannon, alongside my partner, Jack and Nicholas. We're here to bring you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If you have the chance, go check out our website, justsayingfootball.com, and follow us on Instagram at Just Saying, no G, WJS for article and video updates. Also, something in my eye, do not forget that we are on Spotify at Just Saying Football. Get us in your ear. We are available. You can have us there. We're in Zoom format again this time. I'm feeling a little under the weather. If you can't hear it, I am very congested and nasally right now, so we got to do it over Zoom. I don't want to get Jack sick. He doesn't want to get sick. But yeah, we're in this week 13. Got some injury news, dude.
Okay, let's go over what do we got.
Lot happened over the weekend. Dolphins left tackle Terran Armstead suffered a pec strain. He's meeting with specialists to determine the outcome. Yeah, ideal for the Dolphins right now as they're about to play the 49ers. Aaron Donald suffered an ankle sprain. He's getting more tests to see what's going to be happening. Obviously now with the Rams and all the injuries, including Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, this is not what they want to hear. Plus, he might be able to reach for them.
Looking bleak for the champs.
Not good for the champs. Not good. All right. Elijah Mitchell suffered a knee sprain. He is out 6 to 8 weeks. That's okay. They have Christian McCaffrey. Right tackle Tristan Wirfs suffered a high ankle sprain. He is going to be out multiple weeks. That is not what the Buccaneers want to hear. They've already suffered a lot of injuries across their offensive line, and obviously are not playing the way that they used to. Safety for the Eagles, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson suffered a lacerated kidney. He is going to be out indefinitely. This defense has a ton of depth. Obviously, first place right now in the NFC overall. Looking like they probably will maintain that potentially for the rest of the season, but this is not what they want to hear this late in the season.
Yeah, definitely not. A lot of injuries this weekend, and, there are a couple of people who, were lucky enough to get back in the games. A lot of those guys, hopefully they're able to get back this week. But, it was crazy. No teams had the bye this week. You can kind of tell that, maybe some teams needed that week off. And, week 13, it's already here. It's crazy.
Yeah, still actually, sadly, 2 more injuries, actually. Safety Eddie Jackson for the Bears has been placed on IR. He will be out the rest of the season.
Bears' best defender right now, definitely.
Yeah, by far. And quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who injured his ribs last weekend in the game, expects to play on Sunday against the Bears. Now, this is a good segue because there are playoff implications as we come into this weekend. The Vikings can clinch the NFC North title with a win and a Detroit Lions loss, or a tie for the Vikings and a Lions loss. Now, the Eagles can win the NFC East through a mouthful. They need a win, a Washington loss, a 49ers loss or tie, with an Eagles loss or tie as well. Or Philly wins, Washington ties, San Francisco loses, and Seattle loses. So they need a few more things to kind of go their way, but still, we're, only in week 13, 2 teams potentially already can clinch the playoffs.
Yeah, and their divisions too, which, at least for the Vikings, that's so insane that, we still have so many games left. Just shows how so many divisions are really close this year. Others are kind of runaway divisions. But, man, the one we got this week in Thursday Night Football, this is a divisional matchup. There is no team in the AFC East right now with a losing record. And, man, tell us all about it.
Well, we got a Thursday Night Football matchup, and finally actually a good one when the Buffalo Bills make their way to New England to take on the Patriots. Buffalo's favored in this one by -4.5, 43.5 point over-under on this one. What are your thoughts coming into this game? Like you just mentioned, AFC East, not a single team with a losing record, but this is going to be a great showdown.
Yeah, Buffalo right now definitely the favorites for a lot of people when it comes to who's going to win this really close division. The Dolphins and the Jets are really keeping themselves in here. Buffalo 8-3 on the road. After 2 weeks of playing straight up in Detroit, they're going to New England. Not the easiest place to play this year. We have been talking about it a lot, especially when it comes to New England. When they are on the road, they've bbeen okay. When it comes to being at home, we see them really being able to step up. They're 3-2 right now, but Buffalo's 4-2 on the road. They're coming in with the second highest scoring offense, the 5th best scoring defense. Not to take anything away from New England, they got the 6th best scoring defense right now. But, man, I think this is going to be a dogfight. And Buffalo getting a week to prepare. New England also getting a week to prepare. Both these teams played on Thanksgiving, so a pretty even matchup with timing and everything too.
Yeah, you'd love to have that when you have to play back-to-back Thursday night games. At least you get the full week rest, obviously.
Yeah.
You get some time in between there. But yeah, like you're mentioning, the defense for New England, by the way, top 10 both in pass defensive yards allowed, only 198 yards, and rush yards allowed, only 109 yards a game. So this defense is really, really solid. You cannot sleep on what the Patriots can do. I think it's going to be more their offense that people have questions about. Now, last week against my Vikings, Mac Jones lit us up. He was 29 of 39, 382 yards and 2 touchdowns. Granted, there were some bad calls. They were not also efficient in the red zone. They were 0 for 3 in the red zone. They were able to let it up, able to move the ball downfield. 5 separate wide receivers with 60-plus yards. He was passing to everyone, each one of them 3-plus catches. That's exactly what you want to see out of your second-year quarterback. While they did play a really great game, I think the Buffalo Bills are a much better team than the Vikings. And I think that Buffalo is back on track. There was a 3-week stretch where they started to get a little bit questionable, including the loss to my Minnesota Vikings. You saw a few more interceptions from Josh Allen. He wasn't playing the same despite the amount of points that they were putting up. They're right back on track. They're playing great. They're the first team to win back-to-back games in Detroit since 2016. Sorry, Lions fans. So this is the time where they begin to get scary. They're second in the AFC East. They're not ready to lose to the Patriots. Not right now. There's too much respect on their name.
Yeah, I agree. And the last time that, we saw them play was the AFC wildcard, and Buffalo Bills fans call that the perfect offensive game. No punts. They won it 47-17. Obviously, they went on to lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. But, man, like you said, the confidence with me as well as with Buffalo. I have to say, the 4.5 spread, New England has been great against the spread. They're 7-4 this year. So the 4.5, I could see this coming down to a field goal game just because of familiarity that these coaches have with each other. But Josh Allen has been pretty good, when it comes to the Patriots. 7 games, he has an 11 touchdown to 6 ratio. And, this year he's got 560 yards on the ground. I think that he could actually disrupt the Patriots defense with his legs, if he's able to get taken down. But, they're going to be sending people at him this week, I feel like.
Yeah, they definitely will. Matt Judon somehow did not notch a sack against the Vikings. I thought he was going to be a major force, especially with no Christian Darrisaw.
Yeah.
How many sacks this week?
Yeah, I think that at least gets a sack on Josh Allen. Like I said, Josh is going to be definitely using his legs this week. And with that, comes the risk of also, losing yardage as well. I feel like if anybody's going to get him in the back and as well, like I said, take him down, it's going to have to be Matt Judon, who's the best pass rusher on New England right now. But New England, they're at risk right now of at home losing to a division rival, like Sean said, a lot of playoff implications. They could be losing. They could be a 6-6 team by the end of this day if they let Buffalo win this one. So there's a lot of pressure on the line. The Patriots have been great at home this season. It does worry me a little bit about Buffalo, like I said, taking the game away. If they do, I think it's all Buffalo. But New England, man, they have been keeping themselves in these games this year that, they just go week by week, the Belichick way. And can you like sleep on them at all? Like, I know we're both kind of leaning Buffalo, but there's got to be some factors for the Patriots too. I know that, the defense of Buffalo actually may be a little better, but slightly better, right?
I mean, I think that the Patriots have the better defense between the two right now, purely because they can put together kind of week in and week out. And it is backed up again. Top 2 in pass yards, defensive pass yards allowed, and rush yards allowed. So clearly doing something right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I just think that the offense of the Bills, just the overall team of the Bills, is a little bit better right now. One of the things I forgot to mention in the injury portion, Von Miller did not suffer an ACL tear, which is every Buffalo fan wants to hear. Lateral meniscus tear. He's going to be reevaluated later on in the week. Something to monitor. That's a huge loss for them. He's been playing fantastic for them. Yeah. I'm sure the Patriots fans are happy that they're going to need to deal with him this week. But hopefully he's back soon because it's prime for a championship. I think that they're the better team overall currently. But that Patriots defense, you can't sleep on them. Look, a few years ago, they lose Tom Brady. Everyone's like, when are they going to be back in the playoffs? They're back in the playoffs within 2 years. Okay? Yeah. So you can't sleep on them. You just can't.
If New England loses this game and does drop to 500, though, how are you feeling about their playoff hopes? Because I know Sean was talking about in the last show the scenario of all the NFC East teams making it. Is there a scenario where you kind of see all the AFC East teams making it too? I know the AFC is a little tighter.
The AFC, that's a really, really great question. It's going to be really difficult. I want to kind of say yes, but the only reason why it's so difficult is because the Chargers right there are kind of creeping their way along. If they will snag a few more wins and the Patriots drop to 500, the Patriots currently are not even in the playoffs right now. The playoffs ended today.
Yeah.
Lose against the Vikings. They need to have a few things kind of go their way still. But I don't know. I want the Chargers in the playoffs. So I have only 3 teams from the AFC East, that being the Bills, Dolphins, Jets. Not the Patriots.
Yeah, and Buffalo, they I feel like they've been able to control the clock really well. Usually we'd go into this. If Damian Harris was playing, I feel like maybe New England could keep the score really low like they did in that snow game a couple of years ago, but I don't think it's gonna be snowing like that in New England this weekend, and I feel like it's just gonna be all Josh Allen, despite the fact, like you said, that Matt Jones played so well. They have all those guys. I still think it's going to be such a close game. When it comes down to the 43.5, how do you feel about the line there?
I'll take the over. I like that over.
Same. I'll do the same. I think easily this could come down to 24-21 game.
If it was a Sunday to Thursday game, I would maybe lean the under, quick turnaround, that kind of stuff. But they got the full week, they got the back-to-back games like that. So I lean more towards with that extra rest time, and you can comfortably go the over. These teams will be, that's still the same rhythm. There was change necessarily. All that really changed was the day of the week that you played, not necessarily how much rest you got.
True.
So that's great. So I'll take the over on that one for sure. Great for them. They get even for better rest the following week when they play Sunday. So they get a nice 9-day rest after this, which is even better, 10-day rest after this. So Bills and Patriots fans have to be happy right now, but that's all the time we have. Thank you for listening. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys for checking this out. This is going to be the first good Thursday night football game in a while, so definitely enjoy it. AFC East battle in Gillette Stadium. Always thank you guys for checking this out. Just Saying Football on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Just Saying No GWJS on your Instagram for all your article video updates. And then check us out on our website, Just Saying Football, for all your content. Appreciate it.
Enjoy.